Go.
Yes, people, what's going on? You can tell I'm a little bit frustrated because I'm seeing so many concerns and overreactions in the same breath that we need to talk about it. Plus, the Emile Smith Rowe is wanted by Chelsea, and is Emile Smith Rowe actually going to end up at Chelsea? Plus, we also got the Gabriel Magalhães stuff. There's so many things going on. Today is going to be a call-in show. So what I'll be doing is, last time I added everybody in at once and it kind of went kind of crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add you guys in one by one so you guys can actually get an opportunity to speak, right? And then, this thing is on. So forget about the kettle. That's going to annoy the life out of me. I got to check that out. 1 second. The kettle's on and it's freaking annoying the life out of me. So sorry about that, guys. Then let's get straight into the news because there's so much to talk about before we go any further. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And of course, the best way to get my attention on the video is, of course, to comment. And if you do a super chat, that's going to guarantee be read out, and we're going to get some. We're going to respond to you. And of course, that's also the best way to get my attention. So if you do want to get my attention throughout the chat, as it does move very quick, super chat is the best way to do that. Let's get into it. So first, if you guys haven't heard, Nuno Tavares is close to a loan move to Nottingham Forest, as it has been said that Nuno Tavares is another player who could potentially go on loan in addition to Rob Holding. So today's a very busy day. As told, Emile Smith Rowe is not active, is not on an active target list for West Ham. They are looking for a striker and a fullback. Emile Smith Rowe talks. Then you also have talks over here where Nuno Tavares loan, and there's a chance that Isaac Hayden also goes on loan to Forest. But Luton Town is off, in which case Rob Holding. What? Okay, so Isaac Hayden loan move to Luton Town is off, in which case Rob Holding could become the loan target of interest, genuine interest. So Rob Holding could also be headed to Luton Town. But the rumor about Nuno Tavares, this is what's going on. So reports are that Nottingham Forest are serious. Arsenal and Nottingham Forest are in talks at this moment in time over a loan deal, as the talks over the potential £30 million move fell apart a couple weeks ago. So this sucks because I thought we were going to be able to sell him for a good amount of money, but now we're just loaning him out. I thought we were really going to be able to sell him and get some good return on investment. But unfortunately, it seems like at this moment in time, all that's going to happen with Nuno Tavares is that we're going to reach an agreement to send him out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have given the green light. Arsenal have given the green light. And this deal seems like it's going to be happening, as reported by Fabrizio Romano himself. I think he tweeted about it a couple of minutes ago, so let me go find it. A lot of stuff about Cucurella, but he did speak about it right here. So Nottingham Forest are close to reaching agreement with Arsenal over the loan deal, and Arsenal are after round talks the last 24 hours, it would include an option to buy, or include an option to buy clause. Okay, so it will be an option. It will not be an obligation. And told Nuno has said yes, and interests are relevant. Interest revealed 2 weeks ago. So at this moment in time, Nuno Tavares will be ending up a Nottingham Forest player on loan, but it's a loan deal. We suck at selling players. Honestly, I'm just going to keep it real. We suck at selling players. So that's just the reality at this moment in time. Hopefully we can improve that, and hopefully we can get better at selling players. But yeah, man, it's just unfortunate. Why can't we sell players? We really suck at selling players. That's just the reality. Arsenal here says Arsenal is looking at Osimhen next summer. Bro, that's BS. That's BS. I don't know why people believe these sources. Let me show you what people are talking about. I posted this and I was like, why the F you lying? Why you always lying? Steve, man. He said Arsenal are closing in close Arsenal are close on Osimhen as talks stall over his contract. This is fake news. There's nothing remotely true about this. He just basically said his conversations with Napoli have stalled over his new contract, and now Arsenal are holding talks over Victor Osimhen. Nothing remotely true at this moment in time. This whole article is BS. Now, I think it could happen, but will it happen? I don't think so. Iga, how do you sell shit players? That's true. That's an honest truth. Yo, Prince Fuad in the building. Yo, bro, I'm doing a watch. I'm doing a this is a what do you call it? Call in show. I'd love for you to call in, Fuad. Links in the chat if you want to call in. Ben also, if you want to call in, call in. Cheers, John. Big up, Sean. Sean, Egal, it was my birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Sean. Hope you're doing well. This is the call-in show, so you can call in also. Big up to you. Happy belated birthday. I wonder, how old are you now? 23, 24? You look very young, in my opinion. You could even be younger than that, if I'm not mistaken. So let me know how old you are, of course. Happy Tuesday, brother. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Unfortunately, the Arsenal Twitterverse is not doing well, though, because there's a lot of negativity going around the Arsenal Twitterverse at this moment in time. Now, I'm just going to show you guys some of the stuff that yesterday we did a video and we were speaking about these topics. But this morning when I woke up, people were talking about the Champions League. The Champions League draw, I think, is this Friday. I think the Champions League draw is this upcoming Friday or something like that. So these are some of the potential teams that we can get. And I personally want Bayern, Barcelona, Napoli, PSG. I want one of the big boys. I don't really care if we get Benfica or Sevilla, because we're gonna have to face one of these big boys in the next round anyways. So we might as well get a Bayern in our group, so then we can face Bayern. We can go up against the top teams, and if we face Bayern in the group stages, we cannot face them in the round of 16. So that is an advantage there. Then a lot of stuff came out about Emile Smith Rowe. So we got to talk about Emile Smith Rowe. We got to talk about Emile Smith Rowe right now. This is where my conversation about the Emile Smith Rowe stuff is frustrating the life out of me, because this morning I woke up to a lot of rumors about Chelsea and Emile Smith Rowe, and they were legitimate sources. Legitimate sources were saying Chelsea, Emile Smith Rowe could end up at Chelsea, Emile Smith Rowe to Chelsea, Emile Smith Rowe, Chelsea, Emile Smith Rowe, Chelsea. And I was like, damn. First thing that comes to my mind is the Emile Smith Rowe, the guy who basically started the whole project, the new project under Mikel Arteta, the whole Project Youth movement, and it looks like he might not be working out. That sucks. Number two, we cannot sell him to Chelsea. Surely we wouldn't be selling him to Chelsea, right? And then three, I was like, let's just wait and see, because I think this was all BS. I honestly thought for the longest time this whole Emile Smith Rowe stuff was just negativity that they're trying to draw up, they're trying to stir up, and they're trying to create some headlines off Arsenal fans' emotions to Emile Smith Rowe. But it does seem like Arsenal were like somewhat interested in listening to Chelsea. So let me show you guys what was going on. So reports came out about 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. That this happened. So the 8 hours ago, they said that Arsenal are willing to sell Emile Smith Rowe after approaches from Chelsea. Then they went on to say, Arsenal have rejected Chelsea's approach for Emile Smith Rowe, and they are keen to sell the midfielder. They are not keen to sell the midfielder to a direct rival at this stage. So they would still sell Emile Smith Rowe. It's just they wouldn't sell him to a direct rival in Chelsea. It's very interesting. Unfortunately, this could mean the end for Emile Smith Rowe at Arsenal. That is the honest truth. At this moment in time, it does seem that way. That Emile Smith Rowe's time at Arsenal could be very much numbered. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. If somebody else comes in with a decent offer, will Arsenal look to sell him? Think about it. He's played 0 minutes in the first couple games. And you have Fabio Vieira coming on, you have Trossard coming on, you have all these guys coming on, and him not getting an opportunity. It does seem like there is something there. and there could be potential that where he could be sold. That's just the reality of the situation at this moment in time. Now, in other news, people are speaking about Gabriel Magalhães also. So we got to talk about this before we take any calls or anybody's calls. There's rumors that Gabriel Magalhães could be headed away from the club. Gabriel Magalhães is set to remain at Arsenal despite interest from Al Hadiyad. He will remain part of Arteta's plans moving forward. So people need to stop overreacting. Stop overreacting. Stop going crazy. This is hearsay. This is rumors. Nothing serious is actually happening at this moment in time. He's going to be staying here. We're not going to be losing him, and it's okay. So stop freaking out. Stop overreacting. Stop going crazy. That's not happening. Now, in other news, we've already spoken about Rob Holding. Balogun deal is going to be happening soon, but we got to talk about a couple things before people jump on, because I felt like these are very relevant talking points. The first one, the Kai Havertz hate is getting crazy. And have you not noticed? The media are doing this. They're pushing it. I know Arsenal fans are actually hating on Kai Havertz, and rival fans are pushing it, but they want us to turn on him. They want us to create headlines. These are things that benefit people to create diversity and not diversity, to create division within a fan base. Do not let them do this. When you have Bleacher Report tweeting out stuff like this and saying it's only been 3 games and Kai Havertz is already divisive figure at the Emirates. Do not let this happen. Do not let people run with these narratives. Do not let these things get into your head. There are actual concerns at Arsenal, and I agree. There are some actual concerns. There are some concerns over how we've been performing. There are some concerns over our finishing. There's even some concerns over the individual errors and the way that we've been working in the system, in the fact that it hasn't been working in the past 2 games. But overall, I don't think it's worth over analyzing it and going crazy. You got people making articles saying Arteta still has work to do. Yes, he does. We haven't won anything, so of course he has work to do. But to say that Arteta is trying hard to be Pep and it's costing Arsenal, that's a little bit of an overstatement, my friend. But these are the kind of articles and statements we're hearing on a daily basis, and it's very irritating. But yeah, that's pretty much the news. Let's get into it. First, let's go to the birthday boy. Sean's in the building. Birthday boy, how you feeling, bro? How you doing, Sean?
Yeah, good. You?
I'm doing good, Sean. How you been?
Yeah, good. Been
Happy
busy.
belated. How old are you now?
26.
26. Wow. Congratulations. Happy birthday, bro. And talk to me. Do you think Arsenal are in trouble to start the season, or you think everything's okay and we're over worrying?
Oh, bit of both.
A bit of both. Okay. So do you think what do you think's gonna happen versus Manchester United? Do you think we bounce back?
Well, I don't know if we're going to get Champions League.
Oh, you wanted to talk about the Champions League?
Well, I don't know if Arsenal can get Champions League
Next season?
Yep.
Come on. You think we're gonna finish 6th?
Well, the transfer window is about to get rid of someone to Chelsea.
I don't think so, man. I don't think there's 5 better teams than us in this Premier League, bro. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you there. Okay, Sean. Anyways, you have anything else to say today, bro?
Oh, well, Kai Havertz is a rivalry player, the Chelsea reject.
And you're not happy with the signing.
No.
Understandable. All right, bro. You have yourself a wonderful day, Sean. Really do appreciate you jumping on and having this
See ya.
conversation. Big up Sean, guys. Big up Sean. Everyone show some love to Sean in the comment section right now. Let's go to the next person. We got Mattis in the building. We got Protocol coming through. But first, before all of them, we got Tommy in the building. Tom, how you doing, bro? You gonna come on camera, right. Tom?
Why?
What?
Why?
Because it's a YouTube video, bro. People need to see your face, bro. Come on. Talk to me.
How are you, man? How's your wife? How's your son? And congrats again on
my son's good, bro. He's just sleeping right now. Thank you very much for asking. What? His name's Omar.
Omar. All right, cool. Yeah, Smith Rowe. If we sell him, we're done, because I don't know why this manager does not play him enough. Kai Havertz shouldn't be starting in front of him, in my opinion. And Smith Rowe is a boy. He's just injury prone, but selling him, we need to keep the guy. We need him for Champions League games, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and it's not good enough. Like, why are we gonna sell this guy? Like, come on, man.
And I don't think we're going to sell him, though.
No, hopefully we're not, because I'm really not happy with this manager. The way his decisions, his team selection, the tactics. I'm not happy with him. Playing Partey right back makes no sense. Do that against Man United on Sunday. We are going to lose that game. Rashford's going to be licking his lips thinking, Partey at right back. Rashford's going to roast him if he plays right back. And we're going to lose that game.
So your concerns are with the system. Now, let me ask you this.
It's his tactics.
How many goals did we concede because of the system?
We conceded like less than what? 3, 4, 5 goals?
Around we conceded 3 goals.
3 goals, yeah.
One of them was a direct goal from open play that was not from a mistake.
Yeah.
The other 2 were from direct mistakes, a corner and the one that Bukayo Saka made the mistake. So I'm not too concerned about the system.
Yeah, Saka made that mistake. Obviously, Fulham. We were lucky. You know what? We were lucky.
One thing I will say is, I agree with you.
Won the game in the end. If Fulham had
we would
have lost the game. We were lucky.
Let me ask you this.
Lucky.
Let me ask you this: if Partey right back is annoying you, who would you play right back?
Ben White. He's
okay. What's your center back pairing?
He's done well right back last season. Ben White being our best player. Like, even though.
Okay, what's your center back pairing?
Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel has bozo moments and he annoys me. You shouldn't be dropping him.
Who's your left back?
My left back will be. It has to be Zinni. Even though defensively he's all over the place, I'll still play. I wouldn't play Kivior. Kivior is not a left back. And stop.
Zinchenko wasn't match fit last game. What would you have done?
I get that, but I'll play Zinni anyway. And please stop being Pep. You're not Pep. You never will be. Even if you shaved your head, you're not Pep. Stop acting like Pep, please.
What does that mean?
Pep can do the changing players, and you're not Pep. Let's be real. It's like saying to me, I want to be Rihanna. Not gonna happen, bro. It's like this examples. Stop being Pep. You will never be Pep. This is your last chance. You have to win something. You have to win something. And you know what? Yeah, Balogun, 21 goals, and you're stripping him off. Matt Turner, I rate Matt Turner. We shouldn't have let him go. I will play him in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, even Champions League games. We shouldn't have let Matt Turner go. I rate Matt Turner. I'm happy with David Raya. We shouldn't have let Matt Turner go. It makes no sense. And Trusty.
What? Bro, you're all over the place. Bro, you're all over the place. First of all, you're saying we should have never let Matt Turner go.
No, tell me, how am I all over the place? Tell me.
Bro, what are you talking about? You're saying we should give him. One second. I need to understand this. So you've gone.
What?
You made jokes about comparing him to Pep. Fair enough. We shouldn't have let Martinez go. We shouldn't have let Matt Turner go. We have David Raya, who's an amazing backup keeper, and who could potentially start.
I rate David Raya. I'm happy with David Raya. He's better than Ramsdale. I'm happy with David. David Raya is a top keeper. I'm happy with David Raya. But Matt Turner.
Well, how many agendas do you have in one moment? How many agendas?
David Raya is a quality keeper. I don't have agendas.
Why
I just think this manager does not. This manager for me, he's out of his depth. You're out of your depth, mate.
How?
Right,
how can you
he's out of his depth? He's out of his depth.
How?
He's out of his
depth. How?
Playing Partey right back, it's not working. You're the system. Playing Partey right
Bro,
back, it's not
I
working.
asked you a simple question. I asked you a simple
He's out
question.
of his
I asked you a
depth for
simple
me.
question.
Out
I
of
asked
his
you a
depth.
simple
Go on.
question. Because if Timber and Zinchenko were fit, do you think we play the same way?
Yeah, I think we will, because Timber is a blow for us as well. I rate Timber. He's a blow for us. And one more thing, loaning at Kieran Tierney makes no sense when we need him for competitions. That's the
Kieran Tierney
mistake.
was not going to play.
That's the mistake the manager made for me.
How many games does
I'm not
Kieran
happy with
Tierney
this
get?
manager, bro.
1 second. Does
Out
Kieran
with
Tierney
it.
get game time? Does Kieran Tierney get game time over
I think he
Zinchenko?
does. I think he does. Yeah, against Man City in the community, I admit he was at fault for the goal. That's not good on him. He should have done better. But the guy has done well with us for a couple of seasons, and you've loaned them out for what? It shows this manager. I'm sorry, he's out of his depth for me. I'm sorry. He's not cutting it for me, man. Not cutting it for me. And Kai Havertz. What's he done in 3 games? Nothing. Missing again. How many times is this manager going to play this bum? 65 million. I told you I didn't want him. Casado is what we wanted. Lavia. He's messed up again for me. Casado, Lavia. We didn't get one of them. And you got Kai Havertz. Chelsea fans are laughing at us that we got their rejects. Chelsea rejects time after time. We never learn our mistakes, bro. We never learn, bro. This is why for me.
Bro, can I just say something? Tom, you're all over the place. I'll explain to you. You've brought up the manager 3 times.
I'm all over the place. Tell me.
Let me land. You brought up the manager. You brought up the keeper. You brought up Kai Havertz. You brought up Partey right back. You have so many different things to vent about. But my thing is, Partey playing right back was not why we drew. Number 1. Ramsdale was not why we drew. Number 2. Arteta's tactics was actually why we got back into the game. As much as you want to criticize the manager, he does deserve criticism for the way he started the game. But second half, he fixed up. The players' individual errors cost us that game. Number 4, you're mentioning things that are irrelevant to the topic at hand.
How is it irrelevant? Tell me. How is it irrelevant, bro?
1 second. Because
tell me, man.
Zinchenko, Zinchenko is ahead of Kieran Tierney. You got Timber, who is injured, who's still ahead of Kieran Tierney. Tomiyasu ahead of Kieran Tierney. Jakub Kavor ahead of Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is a player who probably himself wanted to leave to go play. So I don't know what to say to you, bro.
Yeah, but Partey right back against Forest at home, he was getting exposed, and we were first we could have drawn that game. We were lucky to win that game, you know.
I acknowledge that Partey in the second half we did concede the goal from that side of the pitch, right? And I acknowledge the tactics are somewhat off.
He needs to stop doing this, man. He needs to stop putting him.
I'm not.
Do it against Man United. We would lose that game on Sunday.
I don't think he's gonna play that way against Man United. I think the way he's playing is because
their way for me shocking.
Bro, I only think he's playing that way because it is a team that he views as a team lower down the table that we can play more expansive. I don't think it's anything to do with that. But I feel like you kind of got too many.
I need Partey next to Declan Rice. Declan Rice needs help. Havertz can't help it,
bro.
Declan Rice needs help to get it forward because Partey needs to help him get forward enough, and then so he doesn't get exposed. Stop playing.
Partey's in
right back.
This is why I feel like you're overanalyzing things. I mean, you're not actually taking it in. Partey is basically in the midfield.
I get
even
that.
Even though the Sky Sports image says he's right back, he's basically in midfield the whole game. Ben White is basically it's a back 3 with Partey, Ben White, basically. Partey's not right back. He's default right back.
I get that, but he's been playing him against Forest, Crystal Palace. He's making that same mistake. He's never going to learn this.
Bro, what mistake did he make?
This is why, for me, that's why I said for me, doing that. That's why I said for me, he's just out of his depth for me, man. I'm sorry, he's out of his depth.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If he does that against Man United, we will lose that game, bro. We will get beat. Rashford be licking his lips.
No, I don't think he's gonna go with the same tactics. But Tom, you've mentioned 100 things. It's hard to keep up with you. Big up to you for jumping on. I really do appreciate it.
And one more thing. The Champions League. Bayern Munich. Come on, bro. Remember
I want to face a big boy in the group stages. I want to face a big boy in the group stages. I want Bayern Munich. Bring me Bayern Munich. We'll slap them up.
Oh, come on,
bro,
man. You're living in fantasy.
I don't care. In order to be in these competitions, you have to face the best. That's the reality. You have to beat
the best.
Stop trying to hide.
We have to beat the best. But our record in Europe is not good. And we should have won in Europe, at least one Europa League.
I would rather face them in the group stages than face them in the knockout stages.
No, I get that. And the Champions League, quarterfinals at least. Quarterfinals, he has to. No more round of 16 bullshit for me. I'm sorry.
So you're saying quarterfinals he has to? One second. So in one word, you're saying quarterfinals he has to. In the other word, you're saying he's scared. Come on, bro. You got too many things. You're going all over the place.
Quarterfinals, and we have to win the trophy. How am I all over the place? I'm not expecting him to win the league, challenge, win a trophy, and get quarterfinals of the Champions League. If he doesn't do that, then he has to go for me because he spent 600 mil. He's been there for almost 4 years. We haven't won a trophy since 2020. We haven't won the league since 2004. 19 years with no title. This is Arsenal Football Club. My standards are high. You know this, bro.
Fair enough.
Anything less than that, sack him.
You know what? Fair enough. I'll leave you there, bro. You have a good one, my brother.
You as well, man.
Done. Big up, Tom, man. Next, we got Elmatis coming on. And Elmatis, I see you, bro. I see you. I see you coming on camera today. What's going on? Elmatis is on camera. He's on mute too. What's going on? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Oh, how you doing, bro? How are you still on mute? What's going on? Can you guys hear him? Bro, jump out, jump back in. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Jump out, jump back in. Let's see if that makes it better. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully Elmatis gets his thing sorted out. Next we got Ben, and then we got H. But Ben, what are you saying?
Hi, all right?
Doing good, man, doing good. I'm seeing too much madness today.
Yeah. I think last match, I agree. Tactics have got nothing to do with why we lost. The tactics for me is a very small part of the game. It's a big part of the game, but it's not. We didn't lose because of tactics. We lost because of two stupid mistakes, two lapses of concentration. You know, if they didn't score that second goal, we'd all be talking about what a masterclass comeback that was, wouldn't we? We'd all be talking about. It's a shame because Fabio Vieira did so well on that game, and so did Nketiah. If we'd have won that game, we'd have been talking about how good he was, and how impressed we are with Nketiah as well. Because I think people got to take some positives away from the game that we had. We did get a point, right? Which I know we should be getting more against Fulham, but it wasn't a loss, right? 3 games, we've got 7 points. That's not a bad return. I'll take that. We could have done better, but if we're going to win against Man United, then at our first, we've dropped 2 points out of them first few games, and we've had Man United in that, so that's not a bad run. I agree with Tom. I hope we don't play Partey at right back. I understand why he's doing it because it's just. I think people look on FIFA too much, don't they? And you see it all marked out as like four at the back and stuff like that, and they think he's playing right back. He's not playing right back. He's defending there, and that's where he's going back to defend. But it's more like a free at the back, innit? And then like you got 2 in the mid, and then which I like. I actually quite like that way we're playing that way. I don't think we're finishing as dinner enough. I don't think we've had plenty of chances, and I don't think there's anybody putting them away at the moment. And I think they're just not quite sharp enough in front of goal. I think if we'd have been a bit sharper in front of goal, like Martinelli, I think we're criticising the wrong players because I think Havertz is doing okay. I don't think he's doing terrible, but I don't think Martinelli's been as sharp as what he's going to do. I think he could have been a lot better in front of goal. People aren't kind of saying that. I think Saka, I don't think Saka, I know he scored the goal and the penalty. I don't think Saka's been quite as sharp as what he should be. I think if them two were on form and they were actually sharp in front of goal, I think we'd be talking completely different at the moment. Havertz, I think people keep saying on about, Man United, Chelsea fans are bantering us. Do you know Chelsea fans are bantering us because they're scared? If I were a Chelsea fan right now, I would be so scared that Havertz is successful at Arsenal. So if he doesn't have quite a good game, they're just going to banter, because that's what I'd do. If we sold them a player, we are all going, oh, we don't want to sell a player, but we're all in the back of our mind wanting it to fail, aren't we? So that's what people do, But I think the other positives is Nketiah's on form. I think people keep mentioning that. 3 games, he's had 3 goal involvements. He's scored 2 goals and he got the penalty. And he's looking sharp. He's looking very sharp. And I think it was quite funny that I saw it online after the game. People complaining, why didn't they start Nketiah? And then before the game, they're going on about, why aren't we starting Trossard all the time instead of Nketiah? So it's, it's quite funny that way. And then Fabio Vieira, I tell you what, if we can get Fabio Vieira, that Fabio Vieira, and we can get it out of him, he's going to be a fabulous player. He is, but it's just being able to get that's the skill of a manager, isn't it? It's getting the talent out on the pitch, and you can just see glimpses from him. And yes, and he was brilliant in that game. When he came on, he completely changed the game. I don't think Havertz was suited to that game. I think Havertz is suited to a game that's more when we're getting pressed more. If we come up against a team that's pressing us more and we can't quite get out, we need the out ball. And I think that's where Havertz will come into his own in those sort of games where he's that target man up front. Like I said last time on stream, a little bit how Brentford played. We need that other way of not just passing out from the back. We pass out from the back, but we've got nobody up front. If it's not working, where you can just pass back to the keeper and he can lump it up front to man up front, and I think that's what it'll be.
What do you think about the links to Emile Smith Rowe, swap deal for Mudryk, Partey links, and Gabriel links?
Oh well, I think the Gabriel links and the Partey links, they're not happening. If you can't sell them for enough money at the moment, and you won't be able to replace them in time. And I think anybody at the club, if I think that, I'm sure people at the club are sensible enough at the moment not to be thinking that. And I think at the moment we've got people at the club that are wanting to win, and it's not just a business element at the moment like it has been in the past. Because I think in the past, a lot of people thought it was just a lot of business. We had to sell because we had a stadium to pay for. We don't have that at the moment. We don't need that money. So, Emile Smith Rowe, it's a shame. I hope he can get back into the team. I hope we can get that form back, but he's maybe not doing it in training. We don't know this is the thing. We don't see what happens in training. We don't see what happens behind the closed doors. So we're all criticising the club for doing this. I hope he don't go to Chelsea. I really hope he don't go to Chelsea. If we're going to sell him, we sell him abroad. But if we sell him to Chelsea, it's slap 100 million.
Swap deal for Mudryk. Are you on crack? Listen, apparently Arsenal would probably offer it to Chelsea. They would offer a swap deal. You guys would turn it down. It's on us to ask. And also, I think somebody said something earlier. When I was talking about the Champions League, I was merely saying if we play Bayern in the group stages, we'll test ourselves against a top team, and we won't be able to get them in the round of 16. We can still get them later on if we get past the round of 16. But wouldn't you want to test yourself against a top team in the Champions League?
That's what Champions League's about. The Champions League is about pitching yourself up against other champions. So I'd be really disappointed if we go to the Champions League, right, and we don't get one of the big boys. If we go through the Champions League, get knocked out, and don't get one of the big boys, that's why we want to get in the champ. We all want to win the trophies, but you've got to enjoy it while you get into the trophy. So going into the Champions League, right, I miss having them nights. Them nights at the San Siro, and well, I haven't been myself, but when they're coming on and we have memorable nights at Real Madrid. I take Real Madrid as a thing, because I tell you what, we've got a brilliant record against Real Madrid. I don't think they've ever beaten us. They've never beaten us at all, Real Madrid. So I'll take Real Madrid because maybe we're their bogey side. So we'll have that. Or Barcelona.
We're in the same pot as Real Madrid. We can't play them.
We can't play them. Well, that's all right. Maybe we'll get them in the second round. But I think you're right in saying getting a big. You're not going to get two big boys in the group stage. So if you get one of them, even if you lost 2 games to them, you can still get through to the last 16. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be very unlucky. The one team I wouldn't want to get in the group stage is Newcastle, or one of them. I'd stay away from teams. Stay away from teams where or a British team or something like that. I'd hate to get one of those because we play them all the time anyway. But Newcastle would be the team that I would like to stay away from, because I think they could be quite a sticky team to play against.
Can't play Newcastle because they're also. It's impossible for us to
imagine
play
playing.
It's impossible for us to play Newcastle.
Are they in a different pot as well? Or we can't play them?
We can't draw English teams, bro. What are we talking about here?
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was you can't draw the same country.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're in the same.
So we can't get them.
Some of these teams, and you can't draw any English teams. So we can't face City. We can't face Man United. We can't face thing unless we get to the later stages of the Champions League. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go, Ben. Big up to you every single time. I'll let you go. And yeah, people are just laughing because they feel like you don't know the competition, how it works.
Yeah, well, I know how it works. I just don't. I don't pay too much attention to the pots. It doesn't. That bit doesn't really interest me. Once we get into the competition, we get drawn. I don't care who we get drawn against. I have preferences, but I don't care. But the draw thing, it doesn't. That bit doesn't interest me. I'm more worried about the football. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna let you go, bro. You have a good one, Ben. Big up. H, what's good?
How you doing, bro?
H, we got a lot to talk about, bro. We got a lot to talk about.
Let's go through it.
We got a lot to talk about. And let me drop the link for people who are just joining us. Big up everyone in the chat. Do me a favor, hit that like button. The window's still. Is there still any more incoming signings? Because some people are concerned. I don't think there's going to be any more incoming signings myself. What about you?
I don't think so either. If we do get a decent amount of money for Smith Rowe, possibly. You mentioned the links between Smith Rowe and Mudryk. Honestly, even though I do think Smith Rowe is talented, I'll bite your hand off. I'll take Mudryk any day of the week. But yeah, 100%.
Chelsea just bid for Emile Smith Rowe? No way they didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. He's not serious. I would have seen it. No, Arsenal rejected the first bid. Arsenal rejected that bid. If they bid 35 million, Arsenal would have rejected it. Anyways, what do you think about this whole ESR situation, bro?
I think personally it's a difficult one because I do think he's talented. I do think he brings a completely different dynamics to that midfield. He's a ball carrier. It's unfortunate that he went through last season, especially with his injury record. I do think it's to do with his growth spur, in my opinion. I do think he's getting taller. I do think he's growing into that body. But at the same time, I do think the team is moving on as well. So, listen, if I wouldn't want to sell it to Chelsea, but if we're getting above 50 million, I think we should look at it personally. And if there's the potential to get a swap deal between Mudryk and him, I'd take it 100%. Other than that, I wouldn't consider a bid. I would, potentially look at a loan. But I do think there's a role for him, especially if we want to go and compete at all 4 fronts.
Fair enough. Next, are you concerned, or do you think this is overreactions after the first 3 games?
It's definitely overreaction. I think we've seen statistically as well. We've done a lot better last season. We've conceded less goals than last season. So for me, if we're creating, especially if we're looking at the most recent game, we had 4 massive chances that goes in, especially in the first half, 3-1 easily. But we're not talking about systems. We're not talking about what's gone wrong. Do you get it? So if we're doing this in first gear, imagine what we're going to be doing in 5th gear. So it's only onwards and upwards from here. And I think we just need to be patient, especially with players like Havertz and Gabriel not being in the team.
You're not getting 50 million, says Ding. Somebody said English tax 60 million. Okay. Today there's links to Partey and Gabriel. Gabriel to Saudi Arabia, Partey to Turkey. These are laughable at this point, no?
No, it's I think the Partey thing is done and dusted. Gabriel, we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I think, look, I do buy into the fact that he has been removed from the starting lineup due to tactical reasons because of the whole inverted thing. We've switched from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Gabriel previously, was defending wide channels, was essentially playing as a left-back. He was responsible to progress play into midfield. But because Partey is inverting, I don't think Arteta wants him to be, that left centre back that becomes quote unquote the left centre back that becomes the central centre back. Because I don't think Arteta sees any better player than Saliba when it comes as a lone CB. Look, when it comes to the whole situation, personally, I do think Gabriel does sort of struggle in build-up phase when it comes to the first phase. I think there is an issue there. I do think there's players better than him at that. I do think Arteta wants to, get control over the game. So it's not all about, transitioning into attack. I think it's more about, slowly building up, getting players into certain positions with Rice and so on and so forth. The thing that puzzles me is, I get Kivia. I think Kivia is the best out of all of them, bar Saliba, because if you look at progression, 1v1, dual dominance, aerial competency, I think for me personally, Kivia ticks everything. A lot of people, I think there was a whole video going around saying, Kivia wasn't overlapping. I don't think that was his responsibility in that game. For me personally, it's just to hold the width as a left back and, make sure that nothing crazy happens in the channels. But the thing that boggles me the most is, or confuses me, is Tomiyasu playing ahead of Gabriel. For me, Tomiyasu doesn't come across as being brave enough in space. He's not comfortable in a final third. I don't think there's that understanding between him and Martinelli. I do think Martinelli is isolated sometimes because you do see, sometimes he makes that run. I think he did it once. I think he done it quite a few times. Tomiyasu did find him in the end. But this is the thing, though. Timber injury has thrown a spanner into the works. I think normally he would do the underlap and he would take defenders away. So, look, when we play massive teams, I think we'll see, Partey, Rice pivot. You'll see Gabriel coming in. You'll see Zinchenko. But the funny thing is this, and I like to touch on this because we know what happened towards the end of last season. Yeah, we know things weren't working out. Saliba got injured. Teams were killing us on the transition, hence why Rice is now in the team. And if Arteta did go with the same formation, same setup, for me, that wouldn't be tactically astute, You have to develop. Look at Man City. Man City have Akanji playing centre-back, rotating with Gvardiol. Gvardiol comes into centre-back, and then you have Akanji drops into midfield. That's the same Akanji we've seen at Borussia Dortmund, by the way. So, for me, you've got to develop. And the funny thing is, if Arteta didn't do that, we would be sitting here and saying, why is Arteta not developing his tactics, or why we're setting up the same way? So it's you can't win in either situation.
Fair enough. All right, bro. You have yourself a wonderful day, H. I'm gonna try to get more of these conversations going, but I appreciate your input. Have a good one. Okay?
Love.
Love. We got Protocol in the house, Man City fan here to tell you, I told you so or something. What are you saying, Protocol? You're on mute, by the way.
Big up, man. Nah, I'm not here. I'm not here to troll. Let's talk Arsenal. Um, I think, I think, after the Fulham game, the fans were overreacting. I think calm down. It's not a problem. It's just the third game. But I also think some of the fans are too relaxed. You trust Arteta too much. You can't. Okay, you saying the performances are part of the system and everything, but the thing is with this new system that the Arteta is playing, it's just like our system last season. It won't benefit Saka and Martinelli. So the reason you guys are saying Saka and Martinelli have been on poor forms, it's not because of that. It's the system. It's gonna benefit Nketiah, the striker. It was benefiting Haaland. That's why Nketiah is looking so good. So teams will play a low block. Saka and Martinelli won't have the space. So it's kind of good that Arteta's changing, and if it works out, it'll be good. But I don't know. Don't.
Sorry? You're on mute, bro. He said something and then he said don't, and then he ended up going on mute. What are people saying in the chat? Varane's out for 6 weeks? What? Varane's out? What? Let's see what's going on. You guys serious? Ten Hag looking at Ajaxers. Yo, these guys are funny. These guys are funny. But yo, Varane is out. Wow. Varane will miss the game against Arsenal due to suffering an injury against Nottingham Forest. Damn. Manchester United really got a problem. Manchester United really got a problem. So Mason Mount's out. Onana is leaving for AFCON. Luke Shaw is out. And Varane's out. Damn, Manchester United got issues, man. Let's go to Rand Banks next. What's good, bro?
Yo, Eagles. It's Rizzy from Canada, you know. And I know
Big
my
up.
name is different. I called you one time a few weeks ago. And
Big up.
remember I was telling you about this Havertz guy, bro. I know everybody's on his back, but bro, come on, man. You see what Vieira did? That's what we've been expecting from this guy. I think that guy came on with a point to prove the other day. Like, why is this guy starting ahead of me in all these games and I'm not seeing shit from him? Vieira made a statement with that performance. That's his best performance I've seen in an Arsenal shirt. Most Arsenal fans can agree with that. And why Smith Rowe linked to Chelsea? Like, I don't know. I don't understand what.
It's not going to happen. The Smith Rowe thing is not going to happen. I don't believe the Smith Rowe thing is going to happen.
Wasn't he at Chelsea before when he was younger?
He was.
And they rejected him.
Yeah,
so why are you coming back? Why are you coming back for him, man? Fuck off. You know, like, bro, like, come on, man. I told you about Arteta and his moments of madness. I can see that he's trying different tactics that, like, cause we got found out like the back end of last season and whatnot. But bro, the team has to be able to gel in that new tactic, and they're not gelling that good.
How long did it take us to get used to Ben White being the right back and doing well? Do you think it was instant, or did people get used to it after a while?
It wasn't instantly, but I don't think it took that long. Maybe because Ben White is a centre back, and because he just drift over to the right back position, and he wasn't like drifting from midfield. It was more easy for him to adapt, in my opinion, to the right back position.
No worries, Protocol. I'm just gonna say this, man. For me, I see the issues that people have with Partey playing right back because we've conceded 2 goals from that side, and it looks like it's bad. But the actual reality is, Bukayo Saka gave the ball to Pereira
Yeah.
in that position,
Okay.
and it's not really Partey's fault.
It's
It's
not
not
really
like,
part of it.
yeah.
Saka,
Then you go
Saka, the
to
stinker.
what?
Saka, the stinker. Other
Yes,
from the
Saka had a
penalty,
stinker with the pass.
other from the penalty, I commend him to step up and score that penalty. But other from that, he had a stinker. He's to blame for those 2 goals.
Yeah.
And
Besides the penalty, he didn't really have a good game at all. That's the
he didn't
reality.
really have a good game. And like, I don't know if other Arsenal fans think of this. Like, what if Saka get injured? What if he get injured? This team is fucked.
Bro,
Yeah, if
we've been
if this
screaming
guy
about
get
this.
injured, this team is fucked. I'm telling you. Who else is gonna go over there and do the job that he does? Not Vieira, not Nelson, not Havertz. Ooh, that's why we should have gone and get a kudos or somebody more competent that can do even a much better job than even Saka. That
That's why Tom
maybe
in the background right now, West Ham fan, is going crazy. Listen, I don't know if we're gonna buy any more attackers this window. I think this window might be done for us. I honestly believe that. I don't know what you
well
guys think.
we better pray in all different type of languages that this guy don't get injured or get burned out by the end of this season because I'm telling you it's gonna be peak.
And we also need Martinelli to step up because he hasn't scored a goal yet.
Yeah, but he's trying to do it all on his own because these guys they're not like finding him in these past 3 games. He's trying to get the ball and do it by himself because Everett's not helping him. You see how back to Vieira. You see how Vieira and him linked up when he came on. We are not seeing that from the guy. Nothing, bro. He's slowing down the game. He's tracking around like a giraffe. He's he's playing back the ball when he should be turning and going forward, trying to make something happen out of nothing. Moments of brilliance. That's what we need. And we're
Yeah.
not getting it from this guy. Like, bro, we don't have time to be babying this guy in the team right now. He needs to hold the bench, and when he comes on, he proved that he needs to be start.
I think he will hold the bench soon.
He
I really
needs to
do
hold the
believe it.
bench, bro. Arteta needs to make him hold the bench and ease him in the team. Like, why is he forcing him in the team, bro? I don't get it. Like, Grealish went to City and Pep didn't force him in the team, and Grealish was 100 million. De Bruyne hold the bench for a couple games, and City still get over the line with their games. Like, bro, like, come on. If you're trying to be, people say he's following Pep, but he's not following Pep in the right, doing the right things.
You know what it is though? If he does something right, people are gonna say he's copying Pep. If he does something wrong, they're gonna say he's messed it up because he's trying to copy Pep. Either way, he can't win.
Yeah, but I know, but I don't know, man. It's just like everybody sees what should be done except him. Like he sees what should be done and he ignore it and do
You
something.
want to know something? The honest truth for me is, it's been 3 games. We have not played well. People have the right to be concerned. But
Like,
in the
bro,
same breath,
yeah,
the overreactions and the articles about Kai Havertz, him being the problem or the system being the problem, I don't think there's one problem. I think the
No,
I think it's a collective of things, but the system, the manager, the tactics, the personnel changes, and most importantly, the fact that we're not finishing off our chances are
that's true.
culminating to the panic. And
And we're
do you think there's any overreactions happening here, or are you extremely concerned, like a lot of people?
um I think there is some overreaction, but there points for concern, like conceding those early goals at home. That's unacceptable. Like under a minute, bro. Under a minute. This is a new
Multiple
season,
times.
bro.
Multiple times.
I don't want to see that again for the rest of the season. That's pathetic. Like I literally sat down to have a drink and smoke my blunt and like what the fuck? We already conceded a goal to Fulham? Bro, like no man. No, that's unacceptable,
We beat
bro.
Man United. This is all okay though.
Man United. Like Varane being out is good news, but we gotta like watch out for guys like Casemiro, and we can't. You see those slappy chances, those slappy mistakes that we making. We cannot do that against them. They will punish us. They will just as though they slapped us in preseason with those slappy mistakes. Do that with them on Sunday. We're gonna get embarrassed by Rashford and those guys.
Fair enough. You know what, bro? I'm gonna let you go here. You have yourself a wonderful day. Someone here said, Iga, I've been saying this since last year. Mikel, do not have Qatar money. Now Iga make now 3 games, Iga, common sense. It's not always common sense. Overreaction is a joke. Mikel has been here for 3 years.
All
Okay,
right,
so
bro. Stay blessed, my
you
G,
have a
and
good one, bro.
bless up,
Have a good one.
bless up on your
Big up
new
to you from T-Dot, bro.
yeah, man. Bless newborn.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Bless,
You have a
bless.
good one, Banks. Protocol got disconnected. Protocol, what are you saying?
I was saying, yeah, the guy who just left right now, I think is right. You shouldn't be overreacting, but there should be a reaction because I think Arsenal fans, some of them are too relaxed. I don't know if it's because they think we're gonna drop points like last season. Because here's one thing you should consider: season that was probably our worst or second worst season in the Premier League.
Last season was
We
your
won
second
the
worst
league
season. Stop it.
in the Premier League,
No, it wasn't.
like yeah, our lowest point was in 2020, and we got 81 points. Last season, we got 89 points. That's our second lowest.
No, what about the season when Liverpool won the league?
Yeah, that's when we got 81 points. That was our
Okay,
lowest.
what about Pep's first season?
We don't want to count that. Are we
No,
going to
how
talk
you
about
not
that?
gonna count that?
I'm okay. If you want to include it, then that too. But I'm talking about since we started winning the leagues. So
Okay, you didn't say
and
that. That's fine.
yeah, we're not gonna drop points like last season. I think that's one thing you gotta
Bro, you
consider.
drop
We're not
points
gonna
10 games minimum. In 10 games every season, you drop points.
okay. That's what the crazy thing is. If you think now because we drop points in the 10 games, whatever, now Arsenal can afford to do it, then you'll be in trouble because no team will ever win the Premier League going toe to toe with us. Liverpool won the league because they just basically what you did last season in the first part of the season, they did in the second season also. That's how you win the league. If you think by Jan you'll be 5 points above and you think you can go all the way with us, then you'll be in trouble. Trust me. I think for you to win the league, you just need to be clear. I'm not even trying to bent or anything. I'm actually because if it's February and you're like 20 points or 15 points clear and we're dropping a lot of points, I don't see it. Last season we didn't think we'd win the league. When it came to like February, a lot of City fans are like, okay, this is the year for us to win the Champions League. We just told ourselves, okay, Arsenal's not to drop points. Let's just focus on the Champions League. But when you started dropping points, then like, okay, maybe there's something here. So I think for you guys, you just need to just make sure you win every game and you become clear. Because if you're dropping a lot of points and saying because we're dropping a lot of points, now you'll also drop points, then I think it'll be a problem. I think it'll be a problem for Arsenal.
Bro, I'm more worried about us figuring out how to be more clinical because I feel like once the goals start coming in, we'll be fine. The issue right now we're having is scoring goals. Defensively, we've been very shaky, but I feel like we can fix that. It's just individual errors. And overall, I do agree with you. City are not a team where you can hope and pray they drop points. They're just gonna win games. It's not easy going up against City in the title race. I can see Liverpool struggles for the last couple of years in just one season. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it again this season, but it's still too early to write us off. I still believe we can do it.
Yeah, definitely you can do it.
But bro, I'm gonna have to let you go because there's a bunch of guys still, and I gotta wrap up the video quickly today. You have a good one, Protocol. Appreciate you. Zishan Gunnar, what's up?
Hi, Gal. How are you?
I'm doing good. What topic did you want to discuss?
Egal, my concern is, listen, you win some matches, you draw some matches, you lose some matches. Listen, it's gonna happen. So you cannot just be overreactionary because we just drew a match. It's gonna happen, bro. What if we lose
That's
against
true. That's
Manchester
true.
United? So
But
well,
there's some of the concerns are genuine though.
yeah, of course it's genuine because listen, at the start of the season, when Thomas Partey starts on the right back, the issue with me is, bro, do you think that guy has legs to start in the right back? Because listen, that's a position where you need to have legs. Thomas Partey, his injury records. He'll injure himself, bro. You play him 10 matches in that right back position, he'll 100% injure himself. So why do you want to just injure a player? When you have a set formation, I am still shocked. Why is Gabriel Magalhães not playing? I don't know, man. It's quite concerning. Is it due to his head's turn to Al Ittihad? I think they have offered good money to him and all that stuff.
I think
Real
if his
Madrid.
head was turned, he would be gone. I think it's more Mikel Arteta just trying to find solutions for the team that we have out there right now.
Oh, true, Egal. I agree to that. But still, listen, why people are reacting so much? I'll tell you why. It's not about the result. People are reacting because people didn't expect this to happen. I mean, the first match they saw Partey going to the right back, Gabriel Magalhães not in the team. So people didn't want to see that. So that is why they are reacting so much. Even I reacted when I saw the list in the first season, the first match of the season. I was shocked. I was like, what's happening, man? That's crazy. But the problem which I have, I'll genuinely say about thing which I feel. Listen, matches win, lose, draw, that's fine. But I feel incomings are a concern. We need incomings, bro. You look at Saka's performance in the last 3 games, he's not performed. He needs a competition. That guy needs a competition, bro, because he feels, this is what I feel, he feels that, even if I have a stinker, I'm still going to play the next match. That's not a good sign, bro. We had Martinelli, he was one of the best left wingers we had. We still went and brought Trossard to compete with him. So Saka needs a competition. I'm still shocked and I'm still sad that why didn't we go for Kudus? He could have, he could have covered 3 positions. He plays in a right winger, he plays in the attacking midfield, he plays as a striker, number 9, which we need. We are lacking that cutting edge, bro. We are gonna, we are competing with a machine like City. They didn't have the best of the games against Sheffield United, but they still won it. So that's the thing, bro. I'm sorry, we sold Balogun. We let Turney go. We sold Trusty. We sold that Matt Turner goalkeeper. We let Marquinhos go on loan. There'll be some players more going out on loan. So why aren't we getting incomings, bro? That's my concern.
We have to get players out before we bring players in. But big up Zishan. Yeah. I'm gonna have you on next time, hopefully. I gotta run through. There's 3 more guests, but you have a good one, Zishan. Okay.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Big up. We got Tom next, and guys, Tom's a West Ham fan. I got Rooney, I got Ronnie, and I got Demo. How do I pronounce his name? I'll just call you by your last name, Wilson. But big up Tom. Tom, what's good, bro? You came here to talk shit. What's going on?
Whoa! What's all the hostility all about, mate?
I'm sorry. You're a West Ham fan.
First of all,
you to come here
how many likes? How many likes on the video?
Bro, I don't know. It's like today. Don't worry about likes, man. Today it's just a small a small community today.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think Arsenal win the league because I don't think they're serious. I'll be honest. I don't think Arsenal are serious. I don't think they've got the mentality to win the league. I don't think they have. You got a dog called Win. What team has a dog called Win? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Face it. Come on. What club has a dog called Win?
Bro, it's a mentality thing. It's to make people happy.
What? Oh, come on, Gal. You don't believe that. Come on.
Bro, it's to cheer people up.
Why does everyone keep talking about my player as well? Kudos. You wanted Declan Rice. Why do you want my guy Kudos? Is it because we're top of the league now?
Because we were linked to sign Kudos.
Yeah, I know. But he rejected you to come to us, isn't it?
He didn't reject us. We never went in for him.
I know. No, I know. Are you sure?
We never actually bid for him. So how can he reject us?
Okay. All right. So, how do you think Rice is getting on so far? Honestly.
He's
Out of
doing
10,
well.
what would you give it?
Bro, Rice has been good.
Yeah.
Rice has actually been good. He hasn't been a problem at all. Versus Crystal Palace, he was outstanding. Versus Nottingham Forest, he played okay. And then in the last game, he was really good too. It's just overall, so far, I'll give him a 7.
What would you give Havertz?
Havertz is a different conversation, but I'll give him a
Actually-
6 or a 5.
Oh, do you know who I'd give a low rating at the minute? Martinelli. I think he's been really poor this season. And I think, do you know what it is? People need to stop. I get the Havertz, like I've been criticised Havertz, but then I've also been looking at other players that need to step up, like your Salibas. Because at the end of the day, how poor is your defence?
Saliba's been one of our best players. I would disagree with that.
Would you?
Yeah.
He's been a bit.
Saliba-
I've been watching.
Saliba has been outstanding for us.
Do you know what it is? I think because I have such a high expectation for him, even not as a rival, but as an other club fan, I think Saliba's probably the best defender in the league, and I think that's probably why.
Nice.
Yeah. I just think you're back. Like, why are you playing Party right back? Like, what is going on? And Kivy or
The
left
reason
back.
why Partey is playing right back is to circumvent the fact that we have no inverted left back at this moment in time. So we're using him as an inverted right back.
Mate, you sold Tierney, man. Tierney's a baller, man. He's so good.
Tierney can't do the role in the way that we want him to do the role, and he's better off to get game time somewhere else where we can increase his value and sell him probably. Because nobody wants to buy him. Because of his injuries, nobody trusts to buy him, and we value him at around 25 mil. So hopefully he can get an injury-free season over in Spain, come back, and we can sell him for good money.
What would you rate your transfer window out of 10? Like, nah.
Bro, it's because of the goddamn Timber injury. The Timber injury takes our window from like an 8 to like, what is it now?
An 8? An 8? Oh, 6. I'd say. Yeah, but who have you sold? Like, Balogun's gone.
Balogun, Xhaka. We're gonna probably loan out. We loaned out Kieran Tierney. We're gonna loan out a couple more players like Tavares and Holding. Overall, the window's been poor, man.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'd like to hold my hand up about Granit Xhaka. Yes, people can be wrong in life. I want to say, since I think from last season, he was probably your best player, pound for pound. Yeah, and I do believe it was his first good season in 7. But
I think we miss it right now.
I do. I think you missed the pressing. I think you missed the more, aggressive side of it. Like, I think he always started off the press. When he goes, everyone else goes. And he's a leader as well.
But you want to know something? You got to transform in life. And it's very risky what Mikel Arteta was doing, trying to transform the team after doing so well. But sometimes you have to do that. So hopefully it can turn around. But I am a little bit concerned and a little bit worried at this moment in time, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone's allowed to be concerned. Everyone's allowed to have their own.
But I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, Arsenal aren't going to win the league. Arsenal aren't going to do nothing," because in a couple of months' time, we could be a completely different team, and you'll be like, "You know what? That was stupid."
And then you could be 10th. Like, anything can happen.
We're going to be 10th.
Bro, Leicester won the league. Anything can happen, Igal. Come on, man. I'm not saying it could. There's a lot, but anything could happen. You've seen a lot weirder things have happened. I'm not saying you would. But I see you in the top 4 race this season.
So you think 100%. We were in a false position last year?
No, I don't, because the table never lies. However, I don't think you had the best season you did. I think Man United had the best season, better than you, 100%. Do you want me to go through why they had a better season than you? If I look at the 4 competitions, they got through further in the Carling Cup, in the Carabao Cup. They got further in the FA Cup. They got further in the Europa League. Yes, they finished below you in the FA Cup, in the league. So
and if we smack them on the weekend, people are going to say Arsenal's going to finish above Man United anyways.
Yeah, but that's what people are like, mate. But then you could smash them, and then Man United look dreadful at the minute, and you don't look so good yourself. I've watched all 3 of your games.
Oh, we have not looked bad in comparison to the Man United.
You ain't looked a lot better though, have you?
We have.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. But this is what. But how good did you look last season? You looked amazing last season. You looked really good. You just bottled it at the end, and that happens. That happens. That does happen. But it's what you do this season.
Ron, cut the crap. Someone just said this is nonsense. We won't get 40. We won't get 70 points.
Right. Well, I want what they're smoking. But listen, I'm gonna go because I want other people to have a go because obviously
You have a
I'm
good
West
one,
Ham.
bro.
But thank
Bye,
you,
Henry.
everyone. Big up a gal, big up yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay, big up the chat as well.
Big
And
up
come on, you
Tom,
irons.
Yeah. Big up Tom. We got my guy Wilson in the building. Wilson, what are you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
It's a little bit tricky. Everybody, the fan base is shaking right now, but well, I don't think it's necessary actually. Oh, there's a question I wanted to ask you, Igal.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, why isn't anyone talking? I know they want to won, but did you see that Salah's pass to Alexander Arnold?
No.
You know, the reason why they considered the first goal in the first place. Liverpool against Newcastle.
Okay.
Salah's back pass to Alexander was almost
Oh yeah,
exactly.
yeah. He made that mistake, and then the next thing you know, Anthony Gordon takes the ball, drives, and scores the opening goal.
Yeah. But nobody's talking about that. I mean, everybody saw Saka's big pass to this, Saka's big pass to this, Saka's big pass. I mean,
It's because we're
what
the
was
only big team that drop points. This is what happens in the Premier League. When somebody out of the top 6 drop points, either be Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, potentially even Man City, they hold on to it, and it's the talking point until the next week. So until we play Manchester United and win, we are going to be the talking point and the laughing stock of the league. That's the reality. And the pressure comes from us being good last year and also who we are as a club. And I understand it. People are going to continue to run with Arsenal slander until we do well. And some would even say we deserve it.
Okay, then about the system, everybody's questioning why is Partey playing right back? I have another question for you. Has Partey been that bad? I mean, defensively, I think he has been okay. He's better than Zinchenko defensively, actually. Like, you know, one-on-one, somebody like, let's say Tomiyasu is facing Mitoma, and I'd rather have like a one-on-one with Partey and at Mitoma because he's actually better defensively. Of course, what's the main problem? Why is everybody upset when they see a back four with Thomas Partey there? What is he doing wrong?
The reason why people are upset
so
is
mad?
because they feel like it's too much change. And Ben White at right back, Gabriel in center back, Jakub Kavor could work. And another thing is people also want to see Partey in the midfield, and they don't want to see Kai Havertz in the midfield. So I would say the two things coexist. But also another thing is too much change can sometimes make people uncomfortable. And that's the reality.
What I do think is when somebody sees a Kai Havertz in the midfield, that's the problem. They say, okay, why aren't you putting Partey there? It's all because of Kai Havertz. Because you know what about this system, especially against the match against Fulham, there was that ball from Ben White to Martinelli. It was so clear. It was creating so many chances. That ball was so dangerous, and it was creating issues for Fulham the whole first half, and it was crucial to Martinelli's chances. And if Martinelli was a little bit more clinical, it would have been a perfect match, and nobody would have been saying nothing. And so, this is, to me, actually, I think this is just an overreaction, because if we play like this and be more clinical, I'm telling you, we can win matches 3-4-0 using the same formation. But all right, maybe too much change is too much. People do this. I remember during the first game and the second game, everybody was saying, put on Trossard at number 9, Trossard this, Trossard that, Trossard this, Trossard that. He was the best player at preseason, and then he did it against Fulham. Trossard starts, and everybody. I remember during when you did your show, everybody was like, "Why did he put Trossard? Why didn't he put Kinketia?" Everybody was like, "Why did he put Trossard?" But everybody has been begging, and has been like, "Why isn't Arteta playing Trossard?" He does that, and they're now complaining. So that's what people do. But
that's how it is on social media, bro. Honestly, that's how it's going to be. That's how it always will be. But Mr. Wilson,
so I'm just going to say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
against Manchester United, I'm not gonna predict any lineup. I know that Arteta is gonna put whatever he thinks is right, because I think he's going to just ignore everything that we are saying and he's gonna go with his first 11. And if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. We're gonna move on. But personally, I think we're gonna destroy Manchester United 3-1.
Big up, bro. I'm gonna let you go. You have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one, okay? Big up. We got Ronnie here. I mean Rodney. And Rodney, you had a lot to say in the chat, bro. What you gotta say to me, man? You seem like you're not happy. Rodney, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just gonna say, bro, you said something in the chat earlier where it's like he got bring me on.
I am sorry to interject. I anticipated your response. But you see, I'm very critical of pundits like yourself. Not pundits, but creators like yourself. Let me tell you, I'm a psychologist and a psychiatrist for over 25 years. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you not hear me?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you very loud. Yeah, fantastic. Now, let me give you a quick foundation, because I know you got plenty of callers. I've been an Arsenal fan, yeah, since Liam Brady. Yeah.
Okay.
Ian Wright, Bergkamp, and all the rest of it. Now, yes, football generations have changed. I get it. Here's the problem, Ego, and this is where I want you now to start to think. There's two things. First and foremost, if you look at the unbeatable season, why were they unbeatable for 39 games plus? One, they had a strong, yeah. What I'm saying, Ego, is that the spine of the midfield, right, was Patrick Vieira, Parla, Petit, yeah, and they were ruthless in protecting the back four. The mistake that people are forgetting, right? But I understand that because it's a new generation and understand the mentality in how people think and how they come to their conclusions. Hence the reason why I'm a psychologist. The point I'm making is this. The reason why the mistake that Edu and Mikel is making is that Edu is extremely incompetent. Mikel is extremely incompetent. Edu, if I was Edu, the blueprint should have been to look at the 2003 and 2004 season. And they should have modeled this generation based upon the 2003 and 2004 season. Now, fast forward. Here are the mistakes.
I'm confused though. When you say base it on 2003, 2004, do you mean the squad construction? What do you mean? Can you not hear me? Hello?
You break it up.
Okay. What I was asking is, what do you mean by that? I'm so confused.
Okay. What I mean is that the players that were there when Eddie was there. No, I can't hear you.
Bro, the connection is terrible, Rodney. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this short. I'm gonna have to cut this short, bro. If you can jump on with the better connection, maybe we can.
It's a shame because
It is.
Yeah, it's a shame because I'll say one thing before you kick me out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Arsenal. Okay.
Bro, I can't even hear you. Wallahi, I'm so sorry, bro. You have a good one, okay? Have a good one, Rodney. Big up. Bro, sometimes the connections don't work out. I try my best. My bad, Rodney. Have yourself a good one, Rodney. Brendan, I'm going to let you close off the show, man. Talk to me. What are you saying?
Yeah, what's the question, Miguel? Come on. What's the question?
Are you concerned or do you think this is an overreaction?
Are you not concerned?
Am I concerned about what? The goals or the lack thereof?
What I'm going to say to you is I'm concerned about the lack of movement in the transfer window. Because
okay. That's refreshing. Something different.
Yeah, see, we're moving defenders on, which is fine. I don't mind Rob Holding leaving, don't mind Nuno Tavares leaving, don't mind any of them players that we're looking to move on, moving on from the football club. But there's got to be somebody coming in because as things stand right now, even with them players at the football club, we're short in terms of defensive options. In fact, we've got less defensive options than what we had last season. We're in a situation again, mate, where we're one William Saliba injury away from a crisis again. And, you know, that's probably part of the reason why Mikel is trying to do this whole Thomas Partey inverted right back thing. And I understand that he's trying to find an in-house solution. The biggest issue for me is none of the players look comfortable playing that way. Let's be real, right? Because we won the first two games, it kind of masks over it a little bit. Obviously, the draw against Fulham, you know, that's a disappointing result. And it emphasises, you know, the changes within the team. A lot of Arsenal fans were blaming Mikel Arteta for that, right? And I think rightly so. But the point is you cannot find an in-house solution by playing Thomas Partey at right back. It just doesn't. It simply doesn't work, mate. Like, you know, the amount of times we actually got exposed by Fulham in that first half, and they had a number of good opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net. They didn't take them. Look, we didn't take our opportunities either. But the fact of the matter is we still got exposed. And unfortunately, with Thomas Partey there and Ben White at right back, I can't understand for the life of me why on earth we are playing Ben White at centre back when he was the best right back in the league, arguably last season. Gabriel's sat on the bench, but yet him and William Saliba were the best defensive partnership last season. So there isn't really too much need for him to do all of this, I don't think. I think he's got the options there. Like I was explaining on a different channel. If he wants to do the inverted thing, that's fine. Why not try and do the same way that Manchester City do it if you haven't got Zinchenko available, where you have one of your centre-backs that steps out into midfield rather than inverting from the left or the right-hand side?
Who would that be?
That's a very good question because obviously you need a centre-back who's good on the ball. I mean, when you look at the attributes of the centre-backs that we've got, the best one to probably do that would be William Saliba, but I wouldn't want William Saliba doing that because obviously we need him, you know, at the back helping us out defensively because he's our best defender. Could Kivior maybe do that? Possibly. Maybe Gabriel. You know, we've seen Gabriel last season, you know, when we play a high line and he pushes up high, tries to win the ball high in midfield. Maybe he could do that sort of thing.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're asking Mikel Arteta to stop tinkering and play players in the right positions.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically asking why couldn't he tinker in this way and do it this way? So you're asking him not to do what you're just about to say we should do.
No, because by doing what I'm suggesting as we do, that still means players are playing in their correct positions. Ben White's at right back. Gabriel and Saliba are at centre back. Okay, Gabriel's... sorry?
Ben White last year, when he was playing at right back to start the season, weren't you saying, why is he playing at right back?
Yeah, originally. But, you know, you can see whether something's working after one or two games. And we've had 3 games so far this season, and you can just tell that this Thomas Partey thing at right back doesn't work. You want Thomas Partey in your midfield. You want Thomas Partey.
How does it not work? Because we conceded 2 goals?
What do you mean?
When you say it doesn't work,
yeah,
what makes you say it doesn't work? Because the way I'm looking at it, we're bossing the games. We're dominating the possession. We're controlling the game from minute 1 to the 90th minute. If it wasn't for a Bukayo Saka error that gave the ball directly to Pereira, we weren't really exposed at all defensively in the second half at all. Like, I think the issue with Thomas Partey that people had, yes, after 56 minutes he came off and Zinchenko came on and we looked a lot better, right?
Yeah.
I hear that. But in the same breath, also Fabio Vieira came on and that was another part to the game. So you can make a case, if Partey is taken out of the right back position, he might not be on the pitch at all.
If that's the case, again, I don't mind that at all. You know, let me ask you this, right? Because I think pretty much everybody, even the people in the chat, could name their best starting 11 for Arsenal that was available to Mikel Arteta in the Fulham game, right? And I'll go through and I'll do mine, and you let me know if you agree. Ramsdale in goal. Zinchenko as your left inverted fullback. Gabriel, Saliba as your centre backs. Ben White as your right back. Your midfield 2, you have options there. You could go Thomas Partey, Declan Rice. You could go Thomas Partey, Kai Havertz. You could go Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. You could even, instead of having Kai Havertz, go with Fabio Vieira, for an example, right? So there's options there. Then on your left-hand side, you've got Martinelli. Up front, for me, and you're going to probably look at me a bit like, what? Would have been Eddie Nketiah, even though I'll hold my hands up, mate, and say, look, I was one who was calling for Trossard to start games. But it didn't really work out. So Eddie being on form like he is now, he probably should have started that game, right? And, you know, that is what it is. Then you got Bukayo Saka on your right. That was the best available team to Mikel Arteta. Now, take Zinchenko out of it for a moment, because it's clear to see he's not fully fit. He's not had a pre-season with Arsenal. We're trying to integrate him slowly. So I understand why he's not in the team, right? So then you're playing Kivior there. So is there actually no way whatsoever that Mikel Arteta can find a different way of playing for the sake of a couple of games just to get us through? Do you know what I mean? By playing players in their positions rather than doing all of this. And, I think that's what emphasises the whole Kai Havertz thing, mate, to be honest, because people are looking around and we're all confused by it, right? They're going, why is Gabriel on the bench? Why? Then the next thing they're looking at is, why is Thomas Partey playing right back? And then on top of that, he's given himself a problem, an unwanted problem that he probably didn't need, by signing someone like Kai Havertz, who's had 3 very average seasons at Chelsea, came in with a big reputation, big money. The manager wanted him, so we're being told, and he isn't performing as well. So people are looking at this going, well, the manager's not playing players in their right positions. And then on top of that, Kai Havertz isn't performing. So does it really work? Probably not. And you could see it from the Nottingham Forest game, with the whole how things don't look 100% comfortable within the squad, because, we went 2-0 up in that game, should have killed it off. But then we did get exposed down that right-hand side where Thomas Partey was playing by Elanga, because he was caught out of position. Then we play Crystal Palace. We're very, let's just say, again, we had a lot of possession. We probably could have scored more goals. But in the end, it was a penalty kick that saved us and got us the win. And then we was holding on for the last 10 minutes with, a very dodgy red card. Very dodgy red card. That should never have been a red card. And then the weekend just gone. Again, we dominate possession. But what do we actually do with it? And then, you look at what...
I have to ask, is it that the fact that we were not clinical And we think about it, bro. We took 19 shots. We had 5 on target, and from those 5 on target, let's be honest, how many did we actually have a chance to score? Not too many, right? Because they were mostly just at the keeper. So I'm looking at the
just have a look, see how many shots Fulham had, because I'm sure they had about 14.
Fulham had 8.
Or was it Crystal Palace that had 14?
Crystal Palace did not have 14.
I'm sure. I'm sure I see the stats on one of the games. I think it might have been Palace.
There's no way on earth Crystal Palace had more than like 4, bro.
I'm sure they had about 14 shots. I'm sure they did.
Crystal Palace had how many shots? Yeah, 14. What the hell?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying.
Only
like,
1 shot on target. Like,
yes, I know. It's only 1 shot on target.
Palace's 14 shots were actually less dangerous than the 8 shots that Forest had.
And while I get that and I understand that, a lot of the things that people didn't like about Unai Emery, for an example, was the fact that we was very good going forward, very good in terms of when we had possession, but we conceded a lot of shots. You remember like Watford, when Watford had like 20 shots against us and something stupid like that, and we ended up drawing the game. That's what I'm seeing at the moment from Mikel Arteta playing this way. Yes, when we've got possession, very good. Not clinical enough for me, but it does leave us like defensively exposed, I think. And you can tell that just from these games.
I personally think there is an issue, but the issue is not necessarily systematically. The issue is with our finishing ability and the fact that we don't have the composure in the final third to get our chances off. Guys like Martinelli, Bukayo Saka have not hit the ground running yet. Kai Havertz is being used as a scapegoat and somebody to beat a drum with, even though he's not necessarily at the center of all our issues. Another person that we got to look at is Martinelli, because he's been poor. Saka made a mistake, and usually we protect these guys to the hill. Martin Odegaard has actually been somebody who has been taking the game by the scruff of the neck, in my opinion, more than usual. And my issue with Mikel Arteta is not the system necessarily. It's that he seems like it seems like he is making mistakes, and he's acknowledging that he's making mistakes by changing the team so often.
It seems to me as well, right?
Where preseason last year, we knew our best 11 and we were ready.
Yeah.
The injuries to Timber fucked us, bro.
Yeah, it did. Because
Timber would have started in this team, and let's be honest, Ben White. I mean, let's be honest. Partey was right back from the first game, minute 1 versus Nottingham Forest. We looked really good. Timber getting injured, Tomiyasu coming in, it kind of threw things off. Let's see how it works with Zinchenko coming back in. But personally, for me, I agree with you. I would play Partey in the midfield. I'll drop I'll drop Havertz, and I'll bring back Gabriel Magalhães for that next game. And if you ask me, am I concerned or do I think it's an overreaction? I think the overreaction is with the way people are analyzing it. The concerns are from the fact that we drop points. It's really not because of the performances, in my opinion. The points that we dropped are from defensive lapses.
So do you think if we performed like we did against Fulham, we'd get away with it this weekend against Man United then? Because I don't think we would.
We could perform the same way we did against Fulham. We'll beat Man United. The thing is, it was the performance was not the issue. It was the defensive lapses in moments. It was 2 defensive errors that led to a corner and giving the guy the ball. And if you want to say that's a cop-out or that's copium, it's not. In the run of the entire game, if you look at the chances that they created and they scored goals from, that's Fulham I'm talking about. Those are the issues. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, that I can admit there was a systematical mistake that we made there against Nottingham Forest.
See, I'll come back to the first goal, right? And I kind of said this the other day. Would that first goal happen if we had Ben White at right back? Because the one mistake that Partey made...
Ben White was basically the right back.
No. What I mean by that is Ben White if Ben White was actually at right back, right?
Saliba would have been there.
The mistake that Party made was he was too quick to come back into the midfield. He was too quick to invert into the midfield, so he left that space.
We cannot blame Partey when Saka doesn't look up.
No, I'm not. All I'm saying is yes, it's Bukayo Saka's mistake. But if Ben White was playing right back, I don't think he'd leave. Well, he wouldn't leave his position because he wouldn't be doing the inverting thing. So maybe Ben White picks that poor pass up by Bukayo Saka rather than them having free space to run into. And then the second goal, for me, that's Aaron Ramsdale's mistake, because one of your jobs as a goalkeeper is to organise your defence at dead ball situations, and he didn't do that, and Paulinho had a free run at the ball. But then
I personally think it's also Zinchenko's fault.
Yeah.
Because he gave away the corner in the first place.
I understand that the players are at the fault for the 2 goals that we conceded. Systematically, you could have an argument about that first goal, maybe. But yeah, it'll be interesting to me this weekend, Miguel, because Kai Havertz has to come out of the firing line for me. He really does. Even if he was performing okay, then he has to come out of the firing line, because there's so much pressure on the manager at the moment, so much pressure on Kai Havertz at the moment.
I'm sick and tired of talking about Kai Havertz, bro, because some of the things, it just don't make sense. Like, he's not that bad.
Well, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. Of the 3 performances that he's had so far this season,
he was
none of them have really been outstanding, though, have they?
No, but what, bro?
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
He didn't score a goal or get an assist, but his performances against Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest were good. The performance, if you want to say that the performance he had against Fulham was terrible, I might give you that. But the other 2 performances, they were not bad.
So let me ask you this, right? If we can't play a midfield 2 of Partey and Declan Rice for whatever reason, do you still play Kai Havertz there?
I personally would give Fabio Vieira a run. He played so well, he deserves it.
Bang on, exactly. And that's exactly what I was going to say. If the manager doesn't want to play a midfield 2 of Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, then he has to play players based off of merit and based off of who's on form right now. For me, that second half performance by Fabio Vieira, he deserves to start ahead of Kai Havertz against Manchester United this weekend, so we can actually see if he's carried that form on.
People are saying I'm just emotional. I want to know, bro. Aren't you tired of the Kai Havertz slander, bro?
Sorry?
Aren't you tired of the Kai Havertz conversation already?
Yeah, but it's a conversation that's going to carry on throughout the season. I've kind of accepted that, mate, because when your first signing of you've just gone and competed for a league title, right, last season. And the first signing that we made of the summer transfer window was of somebody that nobody expected the manager or Arsenal to actually bring to Arsenal for £65 million premium as well. Had 3 very average seasons at Chelsea. And a lot of people, including myself, was very intrigued to see what Mikel Arteta has seen in Kai Havertz that makes him think that it's going to work. It's going to, and so far, I think people have expected him to come in and hit the ground running, and it hasn't really happened like that. So it's always going to be scrutinised.
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to be part of the circus of people who just criticize Kai Havertz to give rivals banter? Because I personally don't think Kai Havertz has been to the level where people are taking it. It's a little bit. This is where you can say you are concerned about the signing, but we knew what Kai Havertz was when we signed him, so I'm not concerned. What I think is an overreaction is, did you see the Bleacher Report article, the post that they made? Bleacher Report made a post, and I think it's actually shameful. I'm going to show you right now. And people saying I'm emotional, I'm triggered, this is that. Wait until I go on Husam's channel tonight. It's going to be peak. But
I did see this. Yeah.
This is what people are saying, right? And then they're saying he's already a divisive character. I think this is what people do. They like to look for misfortune people, someone to point the finger at, someone to laugh at, someone to make jokes about. And these are media talking points that Arsenal fans are licking up and enjoying. Personally, for me, bro, if 3 games in, and wallahi, I'm already sick and tired of this season. It seems like people want to just give up.
It is divisive. It was always going to be divisive.
Today feels like after the first drop points against was it Southampton? It feels like we dropped points against Southampton, and a couple more drop points, and the league's done. That's what it feels like.
I don't know about that.
That's what it feels like. The way people are talking to me, I'm demoralized. Wallahi.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. I understand that, but you've also got to realise the pressure that is on us this season. Like, we can't afford to be dropping poor performances or anything. And let's be honest, none of our players have looked 100% comfortable in these first 3 games. None of our players have hit the heights that we see last season.
Bro, we just need one game where we slap somebody 3-0. But you know what's going to happen? People are going to say it's just this team.
Well, hopefully we see a performance against Manchester United. Hopefully the manager.
Man United, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the manager goes back to what was working for us last season. Yeah,
bro,
and then
tell me you feel like me right now, because I feel dejected from this.
I feel like I'm tired of talking about Kai Havertz. Yeah, but I always knew it was going to be the case, mate. When we signed him, unless he came in and hit the ground running and started, creating assists, scoring goals, doing everything that Granit Xhaka was doing last season, or more, there was always going to be conversations around Kai Havertz. Is he good enough? Is he not good enough?
I never wanted the signing in the first place.
No,
I'm
neither.
backing him because I believe Mikel Arteta can turn it around.
Well, we can look at Granit Xhaka for an example, and he had 7 very average seasons at Arsenal, and then Mikel Arteta stuck with him, and he got the best out of him in his last season at Arsenal. So we have to hope and pray that that is the case. Otherwise, it's 65 million pounds. And I think what doesn't help as well, Gal, is we still need more players. So people are probably looking at this Kai Havertz signing, saying, "Hang about here, this ain't working." And we could have spent that 65 million pound elsewhere to strengthen the squad better. Because at the moment, we are actually, in defensive areas, we're weaker than what we was last season. We've got less options. In the midfield, I mean, you could have arguments about, obviously, Declan Rice is an improvement. Urian Timber's out injured. That's unfortunate. David Ray is definitely an upgrade on Matt Turner. But then our attacking options are the same. Our midfield options haven't really changed too much, apart from Kai Havertz. So, you're kind of looking at it and thinking, well, a big problem for us last season, especially towards the back end of last season, was squad depth, and we didn't have enough of it. How much have we actually improved our squad depth in this transfer window by the time we've sold all these players? We haven't. Bro, so we're going to have the same issues this season.
Thing. Timber injury fucked us, bro.
But this is where Arsenal needed to go back in the market, mate, because
we're not going to. The
no, we're not.
Literally going to shut in a couple of days.
Yeah.
We're only going to get rid of players. The likelihood of us bringing in a player right now, very unlikely.
Yeah, I don't see us bringing in another player either, and I think that's very, very poor by Arsenal, because obviously the transfer window when it started was very, very encouraging. The new contracts for our big name players, Declan Rice coming in, Edu finally getting a big deal over the line, and that a lot of excitement. But then over the past sort of month or so, this is where my issue lies with Edu, right? And it always has done.
Brendan,
selling players.
You came on spitting facts, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I am slightly concerned about how we dropped points against Fulham, because last year we would have seen those kind of games through. But if we go to beat Man United convincingly, everything that we spoke about today will be water on the bridge. And I hope that's what happens. At this point, maybe I'm more on copium. but I am not ready to write off the season. I'm not ready to be overly one way or the other. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's 3 games into the season, and the roller coaster of emotions is crazy.
Yeah, and I understand it because the pressure, and we want to see this team and the manager succeed, right? But as things stand right now, this is just, I don't want to put you on even more of a dampener, right? But if we don't bring anybody else in for the remainder of the transfer window, and we sell the players we're gonna sell, which should be moved on anyway, I think we are going to be fighting for top 4 this season. When I say fighting for top 4, I mean we will qualify for Champions League, but we could finish anywhere between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, mainly because of the lack of squad depth that we have.
Bro, if that happens, that means last year is all for nothing.
Yeah, and this is why I'm so annoyed. Like Edu Gaspar, and I said it earlier, the biggest problem for me with him.
Yeah, we're not selling Emile Smith Rowe, by the way. Nobody believes that.
The fact that when did we sign Declan Rice? About a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And since then, we haven't done anything in the transfer market. What you should be doing is getting rid of the dead wood.
You got Raya.
But it's the dead wood that's been the problem for us.
Why do you think they got Raya?
Why? Because I think when you look at Aaron Ramsdale,
when he replace Ramsdale long term,
I think it's maybe a little bit of that, but I think it was more down to competition personally, because if you look at Ramsdale when he first came into Arsenal, he came in with that attitude of, I'm taking that number 1 spot and that's going to be mine, and Leno, you'll be out the door. And I think he's the kind of guy that thrives under pressure. He needs that pressure there to excel and to make his game better. And I think Mikel Arteta knows that. So bringing in a better goalkeeper, let's be honest, Matt Turner was never going to take Aaron Ramsdale's shirt and be number 1 goalkeeper for Arsenal. So I think he was hoping that bringing in David Raya would get better performances out of Ramsdale. So far, that hasn't happened. And I think he's making everyone aware that it doesn't matter who you are, your spot is not safe unless you're performing. And that's great. We want plenty of competition within the squad, whether you're a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, striker, it doesn't matter. And that's how you get to the point of being able to win trophies and that. But also the manager has to be adaptable as well. He's got this one way of playing, this inverted style, which is great and it works for us when Zinchenko's playing, but he has to be adaptable as well, and he has to use the players that he's got available to him to the best of his ability. And right now he's not doing that. Playing players out of position, it's not doing that.
Fair enough. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm not lifting any moods today. The mood around Arsenal is very sad, and I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm gonna try to have a good one until later. I'm gonna be on Husam's channel later tonight, and I'm gonna have to have the Kai Havertz conversation for another hour. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Brandon, big up to you for jumping on, and of course, if you guys want to go check out Brendan on his channel, True Gunner TV. You did some content earlier today, if I'm not mistaken, or yesterday.
Yesterday I reacted to Lee Judge's fan cam on AFTV, so go and check that one out.
Big up. And yeah, I'm out of here, people. You guys have yourself a good one. Gabriel's not going nowhere. Emile Smith Rowe is not going nowhere. Let's not overreact on this thing. But of course, we can't help but we feel a little concerned. So that's the situation right now. I bid you guys adieu. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Premier League preview and vibes from the 6 with Kaz and a bunch of other people. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.